Hello, Travel 731. I've got a big bird coming in fast and hot. I've got to put this baby on the ground. Repeat, I've got to put this baby on the ground.
Frankfurt Tower, World Travel 731. What's your position?
Heading
250, speed 200 knots. My whole life is flashing before my eyes.
World Travel 731, clear to land runway 25 left.
Roger that.
Caravan November 246, Foxtrot Romeo. Requesting runway 25 left for takeoff.
Caravan November 246, Foxtrot Romeo. Hold for World Travel 731.
FSX Foxtrot Romeo.
Thank you, pilot man.
Rock on, baby.
Now don't miss the runway this time.
Sir, no, sir!
One of the things that's unique about Flight Simulator is that we have an audience that is really diverse, probably more diverse than almost any other game. So from a little kid to an ex-airline pilot and everything between, we have all those people buying our product and using it. So when we come up with aircraft for the product, we want to put in aircraft that appeal to all that variety of users. So there's all different kinds of aircraft that have different missions in the real world, ranging from airliners like a Boeing 737, an Airbus A320-21 actually, all the way down to an ultralight, which was a new thing this version, a Grumman Goose flying boat, which has kind of been adventurous, Indiana Jones sort of aircraft.
We've been around for 25 years. I've got a version up on the shelf up here I could show you that I used as a 12-year-old kid. All along, it's been about recreating the experience of flight. I think people see what it's like to fly airplanes or other aircraft on the computer. We started out, it was just really very crude, just 2 colors and a few airports. Now we do the whole world, every airport in the world, and 24 airplanes, and kind of open it up and send you on your way. In this edition, we've put an emphasis on missions, sort of goal-based gameplay, still around a core message of realism. Our tagline is real as it gets.
One of the things that attracted me to working on this team in particular was the project's its showcasing of Microsoft technologies, mainly the Windows platform. First and foremost, it's a cutting-edge Windows title. Also, it shows off the gaming technologies within Windows, that being DirectX or Direct 3D. As well, it shows off other products within Microsoft, Streets and Trips, Zoo Tycoon. It uses the Zoo Tycoon animals. It uses cars from the Xbox 360 game Forza. So one of the big things that I'm excited about with this product is how it uses other Microsoft products and technologies to really deliver a cutting-edge, realistic experience.
The textures that we have, that we apply to the whole world.
Everybody else in the world would call them skins.
Yeah.
We're older, so we get to call them textures.
Now includes things like cars moving on roads, ferry and shipping lane traffic on waterways, and on the oceans, things like that. Somebody on some forum said that he finally got it because he had just flown Flight Sim 10 for the first time and wanted to post screenshots of this amazing experience he had, and he realized screenshots don't do it justice because the emotions that he was having flying the product now have to do with looking down and watching cars move on roads and all those things that you experience when you're actually flying an airplane, which you can only convey to somebody via film, not via screenshots. So
we support the keyboard and the mouse and simple joysticks on up to full, you can even see it back here, with a full yoke setup with rudder pedals and throttles and everything else. And basically, it's whatever you want to plug in, you can control it with that. And of course, we support the Xbox 360 controller for Windows if you want that level of input. What you find is that whatever input you're comfortable with, then that just translates to realistic response and realistic movement of the aircraft in the sims. A lot of us on the staff that are pilots, both Mike and I are pilots. I've been flying for basically for 30 years.
A larger audience does enjoy gaming aspects and flight sim, or within the flight sim world, and we're going to try to address that even more with adopting the controllers like the gamepad, but also with the missions that we're delivering, the helicopter rescue mission, additional missions that Mike and other people in our group will be delivering to our audience through our website, the FS Insider website, is really going to show that reality, our game is as real as it gets, but reality can be as fun as it gets when you show intensity, real life situations that are very intense. That's as good as any game situation, whether you're hacking and slashing, with swords or shooting machine guns in a Half-Life or World of Warcraft. having to rescue people off of a burning oil rig. That's an intense situation. So
There's two versions. There's a standard edition and a deluxe edition. And the deluxe has additional aircraft, additional missions, software development kit for building your own content, the air traffic controller feature.
over 200,000 add-ons available right now, in a variety of very low quality. You probably wouldn't want to use it for them to high quality, $60-$70 per individual plane add-ons, where each dial and knob work and sound exactly like they would in a real plane. I mean, you get the full spectrum scenery add-ons, as we jokingly say, that make it realer
Then we made the UI a lot easier to get into. So now it's all client host, very small, not very small sessions, but potentially lots of small sessions of anywhere from one person, two people. I guess one person isn't technically multiplayer, but
It is in my world.
anyway, all the way up to 16, 32 people in a session, and you can do it over a LAN, you can do it over GameSpy. And one other thing we added this time is something called shared aircraft, so that two people can be in one airplane, which is huge. And we thought it would be, we hoped, and it turns out a lot of people already are up there flying with other people in the same plane, which kind of simulates what you do in the real world.
Really, one of the very first titles to support any kind of concept of multiplayer, when you could do a direct dial connection from modem to modem in the 300 baud days, things like this, and sort of roughly have two airplanes existing in the same world. And other genres really took off. First-person shooters, of course, came around many years later after that, and really developed multiplayer into what we sort of expect it to be today. And with this version, we've gone back, we've re-architected our multiplayer, there's a lot of new experiences and things, but we've tried to go back and say, you know what, we really blazed this trail years and years and years ago. Now let's go back and see what we can do to really sort of bring it up to the current standard. But
you realize we're in a real plane, right?
Yeah. This is so much cooler.